Right now, I'm 70 feet below the earth in no man's land in one of the longest drug tunnels between California and Tijuana.
Collapse is one thing we're always looking for. We've had a few shocks. The lack of oxygen has killed more people in caves than probably anything. Carbon monoxide poisoning, just the absence of air. By the time they realize it, it's too late. They fall asleep and it's bye-bye.
I'm Yoonj Kim. I explore the world of sex, drugs, and life on the edge.
$827, Alpha 31.
Alpha 31 on IP2, go ahead.
We got 1012s in a white Suburban headed from Whiskey 8 to Whiskey 15.
Recently, people have been talking about how many dollars a physical fence between the US and Mexico would cost. But the actual price of a fence, of patrolling a border, goes beyond money, and we've already been paying for it, just not in the way most of us would expect.
And the main thing that I do, and I try to make sure that everybody does, is watch the hands. Watch the hands. If you can have visual of the hands, you can feel a little bit more secure, because it's this that's going to kill you.
Yeah.
If anything's going to come at you, it's the hand. In 2009, one of our agents lost their lives out just east of me in Campo. He got ambushed and he was murdered. It was a smuggling organization.
Wow.
That's one of the things that's always kind of in the back of your head. I could lose my life. I'm out here by myself, so I have to make sure I take control of the situation.
How many years have you been an agent?
7.
How many times of those 7 years have you apprehended someone?
Well, lots. I couldn't even tell you how many apprehensions I have.
Have you ever felt bad for the people that you've encountered who are trying to cross through?
Yeah. I mean, I'm human. Sometimes you come across people with some pretty rough stories.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm paid. It's my job to go out there and enforce the laws that are in place.
But it's not only dangerous for the Border Patrol agents on the US side. I crossed the border into Tijuana in Mexico to meet up with the human smuggler, known as a coyote.
I've been a coyote for more or less 40 years. I got started when I was 13. I started as a helper and used to go on routes with them. I learned it on my own, and one day just did a route on my own, and they accepted me into the group. The biggest threat we have right now are kidnappers. They kidnap people that smugglers are trying to cross and ask for bribes and money, and ask for a cut without doing nothing. Sometimes they kill 1 or 2 in a group to inflict terror in a group, and then they ask the family members for like $5,000 or $10,000. I don't think it's worth it anymore.
There's a fatal factor involved in this thing. We have thousands upon thousands of cubic tons above us.
Do you think they will ever stop building tunnels?
Not as long as there's a financial gain. This was designed to move bulk product, and bulk product translates into a lot of marijuana. I've heard anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million to construct these.
How much do you think they make in one load?
In 2012, I believe, we seized 34 tons total. That current street value in there is about $60 million. Economics 101. If there's one of them, if you have those two elements in there, there's going to be reasons for this.
How many years have you been doing this personally?
I've been doing this over 5 years. We've just heard all the horror stories they have. We're always cognizant of what, looking around. Booby traps. Electricity, obviously. I mean, these things are mostly live when we come into them, but that's one thing we're always looking at.
Air quality. We had to end the interview because of poor air quality. If someone needed to get into the US from Tijuana right now, what would it cost?
Well, it varies. $6,500 if you walk by the mountains, and about double that, $12,000 or $14,000 if you want to cross the port of entry. But nothing is for sure. At the beginning it was $50, $125 for Los Angeles. But the thing is, the prices are going up because people are asking for money. It's just like the drug business. It's not going to end because everybody benefits.
Now this is Friendship Circle. Borderfield State Park is right here behind us. The fence goes out 300 feet into the ocean.
What would you say is the biggest misconception that people have about the Border Patrol?
I've had a lot of people say to me, oh, you know, you're a Border Patrol agent, you must hate Mexicans or you must hate Mexico, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I've come across people where I genuinely feel for them. You do. You come across a lot of different stories, and being in law enforcement, you're kind of more exposed to all the dark sides that happen, all the criminal stories that actually happen to people.
Personally, I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid to talk, and nobody's ever beaten me up for what I said because they know I say the truth, and I'm defending what we do.
I mean, that kind of stuff does kind of take a toll on you emotionally, but it's also part of the job.
Of marijuana because it was the plant that the foreign Mexicans were smoking. Racism played a major role in making cannabis illegal because that made it okay to stop and detain Mexican immigrants for using their intoxicant of choice.